No.
Gotta make sure I'm joining the right foundry.
There's only ever one.
Oh, it's the same link.
Yep.
Well, I just closed it, so now I gotta go find it. It's
Russell, if I drop you onto a map, can I see what your character sees?
Yeah, so what you have to do is you have to turn off DM vision. And then you can double click into my vision.
How do I turn off DM vision?
On the left-hand side of the screen, one of the I think there's like an eye toggle. It says like DM or GM vision. There's two columns. The right side column, one of the purple things should say GM vision. I think one of them does.
I don't see that.
Otherwise, try just double clicking on my character.
That brings up your character sheet. Well, you're in the scene. What do you see?
Everything.
All right. Yep. That's not.
I don't see any creatures, but I see
You see the map.
I see the whole map.
Yeah. So I want to effectively have like fog of war.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I can see the whole map too, and I don't even have anything in there. Hey, the goblin camp.
see, I can see everything on here too. You want me to hop over to see your settings real quick?
Huh.
Because it could be so
I don't want you to because you'll
Yeah.
see stuff.
Yeah, so on the two columns on the left-hand side,
Mhm.
on the rightmost column, there's a bunch of like different vision options. And so one is like toggling global vision. One of them is toggling, I think, GM or DM vision, I think what it's titled.
Yeah, I don't see that. I see sequencer manager, database, quick edit, attaching UI, convenient effects, always HP dialogue, the combat HUD, the measure, select targets, select tokens.
The other thing that could be happening, so on login, so is it walls? There's like a reset fog of war button.
Draw doors, windows, clone, snap to grid, Terrain walls, basic wall. Yeah, I don't see any of that.
So
There.
lighting controls the light bulb. So the light bulb. There's
Yeah,
something
okay.
that says reset fog of war, which is the cloud icon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Try that. So this I would have complete vision on because this is a daylight scene. So what happens if you drop me on the other map?
Well, let me go over there and do the same thing real quick. Reset. Yeah. And I have to make this the active scene.
Do it. Okay, so the next thing would be if that didn't work, so right click the scene at the top, configuration. There should be something about lighting, I think, at the top. And there's like a fog of war settings. Like global illumination and stuff.
Oh, do I need to?
You disable the global illumination. Yeah. And now that would trigger dark vision radius.
Yeah.
And then there's like a shared exploration settings.
Is that in lighting as well?
I think it is. There's like a exploration, like it's towards the top, I think.
Fog exploration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that I assume you didn't draw walls in here. Okay. So this should make it so that if it's not lit, then you'll get fog of war at a minimum. That'll travel with the radius of the dark vision range. If that's what you're wanting.
Can you screen share real quick?
You'll have to reset fog of war real quick. Or reset the that cloud thing, because right now I can see the whole map again. But yeah, I can share my screen.
Go. Okay. So you can still see the whole map, basically.
Yeah. And you reset the fog of war already?
Reset fog of war.
With the light bulb.
Oh. No, let me do that real quick.
See, so now what will happen is, so if somebody has a greater dark vision than I do, they'll be able to see further out than this.
Gotcha.
But okay, what will happen, so I'm just going to move around real quick, just to show you what's going to happen here. Can you unpause real quick?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So you see this gray over here? So if you drop any enemies in this gray over here, I won't actually see you drop enemies into that gray. And when I return, I'll know that because I've already seen that. I know the general scape of the land over there, but I won't see that the landscape changed. So this is fog of war here. I'm not sure what will happen if other people can. There's like a shared vision exploration setting, and I'm not sure where that's at off the top. I don't remember. I just did a lot of settings. But this is what you're looking at. I think that's what you're going for. But if you draw walls and stuff, like that's where you start getting line of sight, like different rooms and stuff. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
That works.
Yep.
I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Sick and dope. Okay. Well, with that, I'm ready whenever you guys are.
I am prepared for dungeons and or dragons.
Hopefully not both.
At the same time? Oh, heavens no.
My God, who put a dragon inside this dungeon?
Or more worryingly, who put a dungeon inside this dragon?
And why are you inside the dragon?
For the dungeon,
knowing
of course.
This.
There's loot in there.
Russell, let me know when your stream is good.
It should be good. It should be going.
Okay,
it not?
cool. I don't know. It's harder for me to look at it when I'm DMing than when I'm a player.
Mm-hmm. It should be good. Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Okay. Well, so yeah, where we last left off, you guys were transported into another realm where you fought a demi-lich and some of their minions. You uncovered a bunch of different passages that had been inscribed on the wall, referring to a city called Netheril, and kind of the history of it. Feel free to kind of look that up if you want more detail. But effectively, it's a historical city where very powerful mages kind of practiced their magic and literally lived above everyone else on floating islands. So you basically had like a cast of human and other mages and other spellcasters that resided on the actual islands, where all of the non-spellcasters effectively and everyone of poorer descent literally lived beneath the islands in effective squalor. Until terrible calamity had occurred, which rendered the islands to fall to the grip of gravity, unfortunately, and they came crashing back down to the earth and killing countless people beneath them and on them as well. So you came out of this realm. Once you were out, you left Sam's blacksmith shop. You went outside and saw giant streaks of this blue energy cascading up toward the sky. You managed to speak to a couple guards. You went and checked in at the library, where you found that your old compatriot had actually gone out to go and investigate these energy sources. I don't believe you went and spoke to the mayor or anything like that. And that's pretty much where we left off last time. So yeah, you're effectively right outside of the library, and what would you guys like to do?
Into the woods.
Should we check in with the mayor before we head out there? See what the situation's
Zeus
like?
said, fuck that dude.
Yeah, screw that guy.
All right, fair enough. You guys are quite literally my best friends in town, so I'll believe you on that front.
Keep in mind, you also do have an objective to go and still assist in the Dwarven district, which is why Lux is here in the first place. But if you'd like to go to the forest, you are more than welcome to do so.
I'm gonna say that we've seen something like this blue light before. We need to go check it out.
All right. Well,
Yeah, our blind
lead on
friend,
then, eh?
our maybe blind friend is in danger. Like everyone else was holding up and like protecting themselves, and he just meandered into the woods all alone. Like we didn't hear that anybody went with him, right? From the librarians or anything like that, right?
Not specifically, no.
A little bit concerned for him, for his safety.
All right. So yeah, you kind of gather your belongings and you start marching out toward the woods. You are met at effectively like a city gate by a couple of the newer guards in town who they do kind of halt you as you approach, or hail you rather. Sorry.
Halt, citizen.
But it's quite dangerous right now. Are you sure you want to be exploring the forest?
I'll approach him and ask, what kind of dangers have been encountered out there?
I couldn't tell you for certain. All I know is that the ground started, tremoring, and we saw these at first explosions of blue energy kind of erupt from the ground, and now they appear to just be consistently flowing. The earthquakes or tremors have subsided for the most part, but as to what dangers are out there, I'm not going out there, and I haven't been out there, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
Fair enough. You're kind of a new face. I mean, normally the guards we see here regularly, well, they're regulars. Um, where's everyone gone?
Where's everyone gone?
Yeah, the other
Well-
guards that we normally see here.
Oh, well, as far as I know, most of the old guard are, the rangers effectively pulling double duty. The mayor wanted them to focus more on ranging, as it turns out, and keeping the actual wilderness safe. But he also wanted a force in town to maintain law and order.
As a member of the Rangers, would I have a badge or anything?
You don't have like a Justice League of America junior badge or anything, but
Laminated.
yeah, you are clearly a ranger. I'm going to assume that they have like a cloak or some sort of defining uniform piece that would designate you as such.
Okay, I'm going to step forward and ask him if he knows where they've been dispatched to.
I couldn't give you specifics. We're kind of two different sides of the same coin, if you catch my drift. They do their stuff and we do our stuff.
Fair enough. I think we'll be on our way then.
Did Lothar pass through here?
He kind of tilts his head and he goes, "I don't know anyone named Lothar."
Guy with blue eyes, like completely blue.
Blue-eyed person named No, I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I noticed a specific blue-eyed person come through.
The librarian.
You would have
Did the
known him. He would have known him if he'd seen him. Would have known him. He didn't come this way.
And so I wish I could help you. I don't have too much information about specific people at this moment, but I can't stop you from leaving. All I can do is warn you against it and hope that you're either really prepared or you think twice.
Thought about it twice. Y'all
yeah.
ready?
So we chose this path because we were told that he went out this path, right?
No.
So what exactly?
They said,
what did
they
tell
said
us
he
exactly?
left to go explore the energy sources in the forest. You guys did not ask for any specifics.
Okay.
None asked for, none given.
Okay, got it.
Also, if you had, they don't know what path that he took after
Yeah, I
he
mean,
left.
he would have left and they'd be like, I'm going to track him
Yeah.
somehow.
Okay, yep, got it.
I still have a couple signal flares. I could toss one of those up and see if we can find a ranger.
You could.
I want to turn to the party and
We should probably move away from the city then, because we're more likely to encounter them if,
Or away from the city.
they're ranging, so to say.
let's go to the nearest blue spot and I'll send one out.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I mean they step out of your way, like he said, they're not actively stopping you, they're just checking, right, to make sure that people understand that shit is happening, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you move out into the forest. It doesn't take you too terribly long. 40 minutes or so to kind of leave the town behind you, and rather quickly you're coming up across one of these first energy sources. As you do approach, anyone who is inclined to use any sort of magic, you feel it almost permeating the air around you.
That's the stuff.
Does it feel like that situation we had in the past when we encountered, the original liquid mana and the original pulse of light?
Similar, but this is
I'm referring to that temple.
yeah.
Yeah.
This feels it's chaotic in nature because it's raw kind of energy in the air, but you get a sense that this is more controlled than what you have found previously.
Okay.
You don't it's not pulsing, it's not changing, it's not increasing or decreasing, it's very constant.
And is it getting stronger as we get close to this energy spot?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And kind of looking around, so constantly like head on a swivel looking for Lothar. Like see any like actively trying to look for signs of somebody. I know this is very general, but looking for him.
You can make an investigation check if you would like.
Okay. Lovely 14.
Took me a minute to get in the dang sheet.
So you're kind of keeping your eyes, your head on a swivel. You're looking around at the forest floor as you're kind of going. Once you get close enough to this energy source, effectively everything is just permeated in this blue energy. You lose almost all detail around you. And to be very clear, this is a giant wall of energy that is streaking up from the ground into the sky.
Is it like
like an electric fence?
Is it like a fence, or is it more like a beam?
Like a beam. Pure energy.
How wide is it?
You cannot see through it.
Well, I mean,
But
left and
from
right,
the
we look,
outside.
right? So we can get an idea of the diameter.
You don't see the end of it from where you are.
Does it make noise?
There is an ambient kind of hum to it. It's
Can
not.
you make the noise with your mouth? Sorry.
I will not be doing that. But there's an ambient and constant hum. It is not deafening, but it's not quiet. It is audible.
All right, so I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs, Lothar, are you out there?
You get no response.
Is there anybody out there?
I don't think he's at this beam, guys.
Lux is gonna pick up a rock and just like underhand it at the column.
Yeah. So you huck a stone into this wall of energy, and much like what happens in a black hole, if you can imagine, you see this thing spaghettify upwards until it becomes nothing.
Well, I'm no geologist, but that can't be good for anything really. Well, I think it's time to put this tomfoolery to rest. And I'm going to slap my knees, and I'm going to reach my hands out, not touching it, and I'm going to dispel magic.
Oh, this is going to backfire royally.
So you cast dispel magic at this wall of energy. nothing happens that you would expect to happen, but you do get some pretty visceral feedback as you feel each one of your fingertips just begin to scorch as you try to hold this spell together. You don't take damage necessarily, but each one of your fingertips is just burnt raw after the spell ends.
Ugh.
You should probably stop.
Well, I thought I could dispel magic on the magic thing, but
And again, to be very clear, this is a wall of energy that you cannot see through, and you cannot see the ends of it.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Lux?
massive.
I'm gonna say this is in character. Hey Lux, I think I've got a handle on how you think.
mhm.
And when you think about these things and about the things you're about to do, don't do them. Just take a moment and don't do them.
Mhm. Mhm.
I would like
You see a
to.
lich's head? Don't throw things at it. Just don't do it.
Well, now hang on a minute. I mean, look, lich heads, you gotta stamp them out right away, or they get out of control.
I would like to approach the light beam and say hello.
Sure.
How are you?
So as you approach, give me a perception check.
Yeah, not super close, but I take a step forward. Yeah, a perception check.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So as you take a good step toward it, before the words leave your mouth, you notice that the ground at the fringes of this wall of energy similarly are kind of spaghettifying upwards into it. Almost like it's carving out a chasm.
Does this look like it's expanding?
It does. Slowly.
Okay. I take note of this. And I try not to get any closer. And so kind of I take that step forward and like give myself a good distance between this force. And I expectantly await a reply.
You get no reply.
Okay. Well, I turn back to the party and I say, well, I don't think it's sentient.
Okay. Did you notice anything else too?
Yeah.
Mine?
It's carving it looks like it's carving into the ground, and it looks like it's getting bigger or closer. I can't tell because it's so big.
Damn. It seems pretty devastating in its energy too. I'm going to glance at Lux's fingertips. I mean, he didn't even touch it at all. He just cast a spell at it.
Mm-hmm. Can confirm. And those fingertips aren't easy to take off either. Those are dwarf fingertips.
Zoo, do you remember what Sam said about the that liquid mana and everything else about like where it came from? I only recall him talking about the pipes, not the actual origin.
I don't recall, but maybe I do if I think really hard. And I
Maybe
begin to think really
I'm
thinking really hard.
I will also think
Can I do an arcana
very
check on it?
hard.
You can make an arcana check on it, yeah.
Perhaps
See, like,
history
if I
check.
know anything, or
Can I,
have any inklings.
I'll give you guidance.
Be a 6. I don't know much, huh?
You know what has been said already. So that's,
Cool.
that's not nothing.
Perfect.
At least you didn't deceive yourself, right?
This is true.
Is it possible to do a history check or raw intelligence checks even on recalling what Sam had said.
You can do a history check, yes.
May I also attempt to recall?
Oh, no.
You may attempt to recall, yes.
Please.
So draw upon my wellspring of knowledge with an 18.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. So you recall that Sam wasn't sure about the origins. First off, he knew that there was effectively a large reservoir of this beneath the city, and the pipes were meant to control the flow of it effectively, so to manage this reservoir. Raw mana is very caustic, and if handled inappropriately, could have devastating consequences. But all he really knows is that it was there, and that the city effectively funded the management of it to ensure that it was, well, managed in a safe manner.
Gotcha.
All right.
It
Don't we
was not
aren't
managed
our
well.
special like weapon things made inside this?
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
with this type of energy, I'm going to.
Could come to that conclusion, yeah.
That's also a good conclusion to get your weapon destroyed.
If it happens, it happens. But is there anything occurring with our weapons?
Yeah, is there any kind of interaction?
Are they resonating?
Yeah.
No, I mean they are, magical weapons, but it would be like holding up a +1 sword and be like, is anything happening?
The power.
No, yeah, it's. I think more like.
Whoa,
Hold
hold
on.
on. What would happen if you held up the rock that's attached to your sword?
I was just about to say, while everyone is busy discussing and theorizing, Lux is gonna look around and pull the sword off his back and stick just the front end of it in to see if this.
I would say, as he's doing that, to stop and let's try it on a stick first, just to make sure we can stop this spaghettification stuff that's happening.
Oh, I don't think.
Oh no, I'm holding onto it really tight. Don't you worry.
Lux, make an intelligence check.
Why do you do the things that you do?
Because
adventure.
Yeah, 20.
Nice. You have a very good idea of what's going to happen before you do this, where anything that comes into contact with that is going to be effectively immediately vaporized.
All right.
But what if you just put the stone portion against the energy source?
Well, the stone's attached to the sword, so.
Just gonna.
And just to maybe drive the point home further, is the first thing you did was you hucked a rock into it, so you don't actually know what force you're going to be contending with by trying to hold something steady in this wall of energy.
Yeah, I'll re-shoulder the sword and grab a nearby stick, poke it in there.
Yeah. Are you trying to hold on to said stick?
Mm-hmm. Although more critically, I'm trying to not go into light myself.
Yeah, I'm going to bardically inspire him as I'm going to, seeing what he's doing as he's approaching this with a stick held out.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I can't save it. I can't assist him with this, can I?
No.
Saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Easy peasy. 16.
All right. Pretty good roll.
You have a D8 Bardic Inspiration if you think you need it.
You take 2 points of damage as this stick is forcibly ripped out of your hand. And even though you have a strong dwarven grip, the only thing that's left is millions of tiny splinters in the palm of your hand.
Ah, my fingertips.
I am going to lay on hands 2 of those 2 points.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm all right.
I'm proud of you. You thought things a little bit more through a little more thoroughly.
I thought about it and it hurt. I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if that's a lesson we should be taking away from this.
It is. Trust me, it is. You don't want those lay on hands?
No, I'm all right.
All right. I don't think there's anything more we can do here. I mean, this power is beyond us. We should maybe either visit another beam looking for Lothar, skirt around this one,
Well, I can
or
send up
head
a
back
flare.
to our mission. There's that too. Will they see it though? With this
I don't think they'll be able to see
blinding
it.
glow?
Well, I have 2 of them, so
You can try.
they're not really of use to us in the mines, anyways.
Does that even seem logical, Doug? Will it even work to be seen through this?
You
glare?
have
No,
an
I mean, like-
idea that. So definitely anything on the other side of this will not see it. Will
Okay.
someone on the same side be able to see it against the backdrop of this energy? You feel like it's pretty unlikely.
But anybody to the right or left of us would see it.
Potentially. I mean, it is emanating a massive blue glow all around the area. It's literally a giant wall of energy. I'm not saying that someone wouldn't see it. I'm saying you as a character would think it probably unlikely. And would they respond to a flare against what's occurring currently?
Okay. I want to ask everyone else. What do you think?
Athelios,
will-
you do you, but I don't think it'll work. I really, really don't think it'll work.
Can I look for tracks on the ground with my ranger survival training?
Perhaps
See if anybody else has been
circles.
around here.
If it's perception, I can give you help and guidance.
You had already made an investigation check before. So unless you're looking for something different other than activity or signs of Lothar, which I would assume would be just signs in general of anything being here, I feel like you've already made the roll.
Okay.
I would like to pull out my gong
Hmm.
and strike it firmly.
You do so. You can hear it, above the hum, But yeah, I mean, you definitely.
That's what I do.
You
I
bang
mean,
that gong.
I turn back to my party and be like, he knows that sound.
It's pretty hard to miss.
Next beam? I don't know.
Well, given that this beam is
Our
bigger than we can essentially fathom,
are these beams meeting up somewhere? Like going to somewhere, coming from somewhere?
So these
Well,
are giant walls of energy that are starting from below the ground, going into the sky. If you look left and right, you cannot see the ends of them.
But if we look up, are we able to see like where all the points converge?
They do not converge. They're going straight
Oh, they
up.
all just go straight up. Okay.
I mean,
The
we could continue to look for Lothar.
We can just
Or
travel around the thing.
is there a pattern to where all these mana flows are cropping up?
Not that you can decipher.
Are
Like, if you-
are any of
so
y'all
basi-
good with cartography?
So basically, if you turn all the way around, right? Like,
Mhm.
you can see this wall in front of you curve at some point, but it never ends. You cannot see the end of the curve.
But we can see other ones in other directions.
They might be other ones. They might be the same one.
Gotcha.
I feel like maybe I didn't explain this well enough. These aren't individual beams. This is a giant wall of energy.
Okay. I did not understand.
Does
that.
it surround the town?
You could come to that conclusion. You do not have a satellite view of the town, right?
Yeah,
So I can't
yeah,
tell you yes, but you could probably come to the conclusion that this is forming a barrier around something. Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, turning directly around and looking behind us is the wall of energy on the other side of the city. Is it far in the distance?
It's further than you can't see it connecting all the way, right? But you see another wall of energy directly behind you, a ways off. Yeah.
Right. But it seems to be, almost omnipresent in all directions in some form. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn to the party. I'm going to say, hey, so this seems to all have happened when we tried to mess with Lux's sword bludgeon thing.
Well, now hang on. Correlation does not mean causation.
I think we should continue down that path because it doesn't seem like there's anything we can do here.
Forget
My
about
sword doesn't
Lothar.
even glow this color. There's one thing I know about magic. You match the colors and they're probably related.
Well, here's the thing. Lothar could be anywhere. He could be somewhere along this wall. He could be back at the tower. He could be taking a nap under a tree.
All right.
Like, we could spend days searching for Lothar, or we could just head back to the dwarven camp, poke around there, check back in at a later time. Maybe we'll have Lothar back at the tower again, or at least some news of him.
Should we follow this wall around to the river? See if we can find an endpoint to it to get out? Because if that's growing towards us and it's encircling the city, then the city's on a timer.
You're saying to see
Feels
if
like
we're
we should.
see if there's an exit to see if we can still evacuate before we get crushed.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that we need to figure out.
You don't think you're going to be crushed per se?
Obliterated. Crushed is the wrong word. Completely removed from existence.
More accurate, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we give it an hour of like scouting, and we just go in a direction, see if we hit anything, and then come around and come back.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of follow this wall along. You make a lot of the same observations, right? Where it is slowly kind of, lack of a better word here, right? But like corroding away the earth around it very, very slowly. But the whole hour, there's just a wall right beside you. You never come to a an exit point, as it were.
Is there anything
Are
that
we
seems...
able to get a? Are we able to get a vibe on how fast it's moving?
Mm,
And if not, can I put down like a 5-foot length of rope and just see, like, set it like a 1/4 inch from the thing?
you can. Yeah, you can certainly do that. It is moving very slowly. Like the rope begins to kind of fray and unravel at the end. As it is kind of pulled into this energy wall. It has a force behind it as well, right? So it's not just as soon as it touches it, it's just things immediately around it are also kind of getting pulled in. But again, it's very slow. It would be very hard to come to like a feet per day or feet per hour measurement here. It doesn't appear to be accelerating.
That's not nothing. But I mean, it's a crawl. Like, we have at least days before it inches its way towards town.
Easily, yeah.
Solid. As an experiment, I'm gonna try and pull the rope out.
Yeah. You successfully do it. It's wherever the end point was on the rope, like it is frayed to shit, but you can pull the rope back. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna turn to the party and be like, all right, I'll admit I've been a little hasty the last day or so, but am I thinking about this correctly, that it's momentum based? Because I threw the rock and the wall of doom spaghettified it, and I poked it with a stick with all that momentum on there, and it yanked it right out of my hand. But the rope, I could pull it out. So do y'all think I could free a chunk of this sword by setting it on the ground and letting it eat away at it?
It will look him firm, like, in the eye and tell him no.
I feel like you're not understanding what an opportunity this is for material science experimentation.
There are times to joke, and I don't think this is one, because I don't know. I'll just look at you and say no.
All right, you're helping me chip for the next week.
Yeah, I look at the trees that probably we see around us that are probably stationary, that have probably also been destroyed, and kind of point out that they have also been destroyed. I'm assuming, has there been like destruction to trees and things around us? And also, like the ground, like it's stationary, and it's also been sucked up.
Yeah, so I mean, like anything that this wall is very, very close to is definitely getting vaporized.
Yeah,
but it's a pretty small event horizon, if you will.
Yeah. So, and that's why I'm saying is I'm going to turn to you and say no. That I don't think we can go through it, no matter how slow we move. That was your question, right, Lux?
Oh, no. I'm talking about getting rock off my sword.
Oh.
Using this to clean off the otherwise nigh unscratchable material. Like, this seems like a golden opportunity to really make some headway on that project.
Do you not recall what happened with that stick, Lux? It was ripped from your hands, and
I think what he's thinking is that if he sets it near it but not in it, that it'll pull the rock off. But I don't think that's what's happening. I think it would just pull the whole thing in.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's not
think
what
it's
happened with the rope.
But the rope is a bunch of individual things. I started to
Well,
undo those individual things.
Lux does make a good point.
I think
Actually,
it's that the rope is burning rather than getting pulled.
Well, that's
So
fine if
like
it
your
burns the rock off.
fingers. Well, but the rock, so there's two forces. I think that there's the burning force, which the rope's encountering first, or the burning that's happening, and then there's the pulling force, which is what happened to the stick or the like it wasn't hot enough. I'm not sure. I don't know, but it's your weapon to lose.
I can't say you shouldn't do that, and I will let you attempt it. I will also let you know that the DC for what you're planning on attempting will be pretty high.
Can I kind of persuade
Well-
him not to?
You make some compelling points.
Okay, looks like I don't have to.
I need to let my dog out before he poops in the house.
Why?
Yeah.
Do it.
Give me a sec. Think about what your next actions will be.
So, back to town?
yeah, I think we should continue on with our given mission at the moment and try and accomplish what we can, and hope others greater than ourselves will take care of things and lend our hands wherever we can. Right?
Mm-hmm. So,
Unless
we're gonna go fight that Lich Skull down in the mines? The real one this time?
Well, I don't know about that lich, but we can at least take a look around the mines.
Because here's the other thing, is if the Lich isn't in the mines, then the Lich might be in the sword. And if that's the case, then we should destroy the sword, right? Destroy the sword, destroy the Lich?
You're making some assumptions and might be acting a little rashly there, Lux.
Or destroy the sword, unleash the lich.
Well, that's more of a fringe theory from what I've heard.
Really, Lux, have you actually heard anything about liches in this sword? Because if I recall, you weren't even sure what monster it is you had unleashed.
Well, I am more sure now. I mean,
you little shit.
hey, I am taller than average for a dwarf, I'll have you know. We are a hardy people.
Well, it's the mines or checking in with the town's chain of command. Look at Zoo. What would you like to do?
What chain of command? To the mines.
Zoo's just gone full anarchist.
Make us wait
I
at
am
the
here
door.
for it.
No. Who's that guy think he is?
Yeah.
Mines it is.
Wait.
I don't think we can take on whatever's in your sword yet.
Exactly. That's why we
Attached
should
to the
destroy it with.
sword, or keyed to your sword, or
I can tell you that if you want to try that thing, I misunderstood what you're trying to do with your sword. That if you want to do it, I'll definitely be supportive to help you out. Do everything I can, but
It's a risk. I hear what you're
it's a
saying.
big risk. But if
Well, and I think the big thing is get some more details about what we're dealing with and what the sword actually did.
yeah, is it even a good thing to release the sword from the rock?
No, almost assuredly. I mean, why else would you stick a magical sword in the ground?
Yeah. Maybe we're just missing one step. Maybe one piece of step 10 was missing to release it from the rock. And maybe step 10 is super important. And if you skip it, that something bad happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, I may have skipped a couple of steps. I'll be honest with you. More of a DIY situation.
Well, we haven't died yet, I don't think. So
that's the spirit.
Well, shall we go investigate?
yeah, we're just
waiting for Doug.
Waiting on what the mines look like now.
Otherwise, we'll just investigate and find nothing wrong.
Walk into the mines. They're full of gold.
Glorious, glorious gold.
How did all these magical treasures get here?
Shocking. Blessed Thunder Fury, blessed blade of the Windwalker. What's that? Attached to a pole, making it a glaive?
Vorpal Sword of Andorel.
Scimitar of hasty of speed? What?
7-step boots.
I just need a little Onyx Panther figurine and I'm good to go.
An unlimited wish amulet.
Yeah, a ring of 3 wishes with all 3 charges? Oh my gosh. You shouldn't have.
Can't wish for more wishes, alright? I wish for more rings.
Yeah, I wish for more rings of wishes. That's not wishing for a wish.
They're all empty of charges.
Well, that was only my first wish.
And if Russell...
My second wish is to restore
Russell-
all charges on anything with a charge that
I
we
wish-
have in our possession.
I wish for a million ring of 3 wishes. All right. You are crushed to death.
And if somehow you do escape, Russell has cursed them all.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
It's only been a few things, and they weren't bad curses.
Look, it's my running joke and I'm sticking to it. Weak as it is.
One day, y'all will find we'll find a real curse, and you'll be like, "Oh no!"
See, I knew it. He's just gonna keep cursing him. You heard it here.
I touched the doorknob. Your hand is now permanently stuck to the door, and you can't uncover the keyhole.
He'll do it.
Unfortunately, he probably will.
I mean, the good news is, with an 8-hour rest, I can learn Remove Curse now. But...
Oh, it was most curses.
Jake, he put a glowing sword in a dark dungeon, kind of, as a little trap, and I had my Drake. I'm playing a Ranger Drake. I was playing a Ranger Drake Warden, and the Drake picked it up, and it was bound to his hand permanently, to his claws.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just had a Beyblade around. Here I was like, ooh, it's like Sting. I can have a light source. This is great. Nope.
Your Dratini evolves into Scyther. Hey! Hey!
Welcome back, Doug. We have investigated the mine and we have found. Let me check my list. The following wondrous items.
Wrong.
7 set books.
Yep.
Thunderfire,
Scimitar,
Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
Scimitar of Speed.
These will all be cursed items.
Mhm.
The monkey
Okay.
paw curls.
A hearty
A
bowl
ring
of
of-
soup.
A Ring of Three Wishes.
The monkey paw curl.
I wish for Frogurt. Is that cursed?
Frozen Gogurt sounds pretty good, actually.
No, that's for
Uh,
Gogurt.
All right.
No, but
So,
we are gonna head to the mines.
all right. By the mines, do you mean the Dwarven district?
Sorry, the Dwarven district, not
Okay.
necessarily the mines. The Dwarven district.
Great. Yeah. So it takes you a while to retrace your steps, get back into town. The guards, greet you once again, assuming you go through the same direction. So what did you see out there?
Oh, nothing to concern yourselves with. Lots of light. I wouldn't go out there or let anybody out there. Just keep guarding. You're doing great.
Keep on keeping on.
It
And
kind
if the glowing wall shows up, don't touch it.
Son of a bitch, Lux.
of furrows his
Well,
brow at you.
that's
and goes,
basic health and safety.
What do you mean if it shows up here?
Look, if for some magical reason it does, just don't acknowledge it, okay? Pretend it's not there, it'll go away.
Its vision's based on movement.
Okay.
I'm
gonna shake my head.
Don't let anyone out. You're doing great. Just guard the gates.
Everything is fine.
Bye.
And Lux is gonna walk in.
Who wants to do the deceit roll?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh yeah.
What am I deceiving?
Well, you're trying to cover up what Lux said to make them not investigate further.
Yeah, I can do that.
Unless you don't want to try to cover that
No,
up.
I can
It's
do
up
that.
to you.
Yeah, you don't need to investigate, I say, as I
Wave your hand.
wave my hand at one of them in a suggestive manner.
I will give you an out here. Any mind-altering magic is not going to be taken kindly, and there's more than one guard here.
I'll just lie then.
No.
I'll just lie.
I want to. You can do whatever you want. I just want you to give.
Can I tell him that
I'll
it's best
deceive
to
him.
leave the problem to the Rangers,
I'll
and
just-
if they
I'll
deem
just
it worthy to
deceive
bring, then it would be the Rangers.
There is
the Rangers should deal
nothing
with it.
to be concerned
Oh, you're gonna. Oh.
out there.
uh,
Don't pay attention to the cleric. He has had a long night and a few too many ales. And we're just trying to go in for the night. The light has been getting to his head. They prefer it underground, and the darkness is very sacred to them, and this light has kind of ruined it for him.
Over there, it's a dwarf, and he's crazy in the open air. Nice misdirection.
Nailed it.
Some dice.
Oh no! Yeah, that's not a good sound.
Question marks.
He kind of nods slowly at you.
Hmm.
You don't think you deceived this man.
I'll nod like I did and carry on. Hmm. And then
All right.
after we pass by, I'll be like, I think he's gonna go out there. I think he's a dead man. I'll tell the group.
All right.
That guard? No, we told him not to touch it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so you get back into town and start making your way toward the Dwarven district. It's a bit of a journey still. I would say by the time you get there, it's going to be fairly late into the evening. But you do arrive. You do see a marked, difference in aesthetic where where you're from. It's your typical rustic medieval kind of style. Once you get up here, there's a lot of shorter stone houses with copper inlaid. They're very decorative in nature. The roads are very well kept. They are all stonework as well. It's a very industrial feeling all around you. Lux, you have obviously quite a bit of knowledge and experience in this area, being this is where you're from. So if you need to find like inns, taverns, shops, the leadership of the Dwarven, community up here, where all that stuff is, obviously. But yeah.
Sweet. Where do y'all want to go?
You tell
I know
us.
this place pretty well.
I think we're following you.
Right this way then. And I'm gonna head for the mines, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely go directly to the mines. It is once again very late at night. There's nobody at the mines entrance. It is completely vacated.
Perfect. Well, question: should there be people here?
You've rarely, if ever, seen the mines completely empty. This is a very important resource for the city in general, being that this is where all of their metals come from, really. So
Yeah. I'm gonna head for the nearest administrative building or building where people might be in an emergency. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have like quartermasters and stuff like that are typically in charge of the day-to-day operations of the mines. They're located fairly close, if that's kind of what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, so you roll up to the quartermaster building. You see candlelight inside, signaling that they're probably still awake. Yeah, and you go and I assume knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Cool. Yeah. So a dwarf comes and answers. Hails you immediately. He knows who you are, Lux. He goes, "Oh, Lux, my boy. I was wondering when you'd return."
Do I know this individual's name?
You sure do. His name is Gazgrid Bronzebow.
Mr. Bronzebow, it's been too long. How the heck are you?
I've been better, to be honest with you.
Couldn't agree more. Hey, where are all the guards by the mine? We were hoping to head down there, but that kind of got me spooked a little bit, if I'm honest with you.
His demeanor kind of darkened slightly. He goes, "Oh, you must have been gone longer than I had thought. The mines are completely shut down. No one's to go in or out of them. We've sent a couple scouting parties while you were pleading our case to the mayor, but nobody's returned. We just simply can't afford to keep sending dwarves down there. Whatever's in there now is beyond us.
That's yep. I've been doing some research the last little bit, and there sure is some potent down there. But I think me and the crew are gonna pop down there and see if we can do something about it.
So, well, if you can't be talked out of it, I would at least recommend you get a full night's sleep before you go down there. It's you need to be fully prepared.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we'll be at the closest inn then, and get ourselves some rest before we head down, and maybe talk it over with my crew.
All right. Well, come check in with me tomorrow before you go down. I'll need to
Can do.
Write your name down in the ledger, and kind of motions behind him to a giant open book on a table, and you see a big list of names. Most of them have been crossed out.
Oof. Yeah, and I'll bid him a good night and lead the crew to the nearest tavern.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so you quickly find yourself in the
We do have our own homes.
you do. They are not in the Dwarven district.
Fair.
But yeah,
All right, to the tavern.
Yeah, you quickly make your way to the tavern, good old Rock and Stone.
My favorite bar.
You're greeted warmly as you enter. It's technically an inn, but it's basically a tavern.
Wait, and I'll grab a round of drinks for the boys.
Yeah, the barkeep, as they're pouring the ales, they say, "Oh, you finally returned. Do you have good news, I hope?"
Well, not so much. Know a little bit more than we did, but well, there's a lot going on.
Oh, certainly nothing a brave dwarf such as yourself wouldn't be able to handle, eh?
Well, can't solve what you don't try to solve.
That's true.
Could
You've always been
describe-
so wise.
Yeah. Who is this?
I am known around town for my wisdom, but try to not let it give me a big head.
What are you saying, Russell?
Yeah, could you describe this barkeep? Is this a dwarf?
Oh yeah, everyone here are dwarves.
Just flattering Lux.
Yeah. Lux is a bit of a local celebrity here.
Gotcha. Awesome. I'm just taking
And,
notes. This is great content.
Yeah, I'll take I'm gonna grab the usual table and sit down with everybody.
Yeah. You find a table very easily. It's not quite as packed as you're maybe used to for an evening, but there's plenty of folk around. But you're able to find a table.
All right, fellas. We know more than we did, but I don't think those mines are safe for tonight, at the very least. Poking our nose in and making sure it's what we think it is maybe our best bet. But what do y'all think?
Yeah. Did they said no dwarves had returned, right? That had gone down. So we have
Correct.
no eyes on anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't say no elves or turtles.
Hmm.
Technically true. Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Is everything in this tavern like sized for a dwarf, or is it meant for other?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It's
Very
decidedly uncomfortable.
yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you are. It is very apparent that everything in the Dwarven district is built specifically for dwarves.
Is it a nice day outside?
It is nighttime.
Or is it a nice night?
It is a clear night. Yeah, I mean
Very blue
Tim-
one.
temperate, pretty
I'm
blue.
gonna-
Yeah.
I'm gonna look out at the bed.
Bright
I'm
lights,
gonna wrap my cloak around me and I'm gonna go sleep outside.
bright lights in the sky.
Yeah,
Well-
you have a natural nightlight out there. I guess is a,
Yeah. So are the beds here? I noticed it's called rock and stone here. Are they padded? Oh, what's the deal here with the sleeping arrangements? I'm assuming they're small-ish, not size for turtles. So
Well, I think they got a couple regular-sized rooms floating around just in case.
but how much do those run a night?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've never had to buy one.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, so they're free then.
I wouldn't say that, but
I'm going to go up to the barkeep and say I would like one room for the night. My friend tells me that they're free.
the dwarf stops polishing his tankard and looks you directly in the eye and goes, "Ain't nothing here for free, son."
But I'm friends with Lux, that guy. I'm his bard. I'm part of his crew. We're going to go down in the mines tomorrow, maybe our last night.
Oh,
Welcome.
you're part of Lux's crew, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of gets on his little tippy toes and shouts over. He goes, "Lux, this guy said he's part of your crew."
yep, he is. He's getting the next round too.
Oh, very good. Well, any friend of Lux is welcome to stay here for free. Obviously, we couldn't charge him.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you.
He kind of taps the bar top and he goes, "The drinks, however, are not free."
All right. How much do those cost?
Shout
Let me look in my pockets.
They are not even worth looking up here. It is cheap ale.
Okay. Well, I pay.
And I will
they
get
are
the next
worth.
one.
I will pay that amount.
Yep. You throw some coins down.
Some copper.
Mhm.
And then I think I'll turn in.
All right. Yeah. So Zoo comes back to the table with let's see, 1, 2, 3 tankards of ale, and then you're not drinking yours.
Me?
Mhm.
I wasn't going to.
Down mine.
I look at it. I assume it's not like wine or anything, right? It's just ale.
No, this is just ale.
Yeah. Not
Look at this
really
portal with
my
his fancy
speed.
tastes.
I've always had a headcanon that Dwarven ale is like way stronger since they have poison resistance. So it's got to be like twice as strong as regular ale to have the same effect.
Yeah. I'll be like, here, I brought you 2 and hand 1 to 2 deluxe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Zoo, did you just say it's not your speed?
That's more mental. Maybe I whispered it under my breath. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I apologize.
Because if so, that'd be hilarious.
As a turtle.
Yeah.
Little turtle joke.
Perhaps a slow sipping sherry would be more your speed.
Can I recommend a nice port with the charcuterie board?
Yeah, you
so,
fancy.
so yeah, Zoo hands you 2 tankards of ale, Lux, and 1 to Thass, and then turns on his heel and goes straight to bed.
And I'm gonna raise a glass to Thass. Go, so, any thoughts on the next steps tomorrow?
Well, cheers, Lux. I'll down that ale. Well, I think we should proceed with caution, and if we encounter that, I'll look around, catch
Mhm.
myself. That entity, then we should skirt around it. Just get the lay of the land. We want to come back, and we don't necessarily want to go the way the others have before us, right,
Mhm.
Lux?
Yeah, I gotta come back with information at the very least.
Exactly. So I think I got one more ale in me, and I should get some rest before we continue. Before we head in those mines tomorrow. Go up, pay for a little more ale, and drink one with them, and then head to sleep.
All right. Lux, are you trying to do anything else?
Nope, nothing wild.
All right.
Have a beer, crash out.
Athelios, I assume you just find some spot on the ground somewhere.
Go find a spot under a tree somewhere or something.
Yeah.
A bush. I pass out.
Yeah.
Ever
So
vigilant as always, but I sleep as I normally do.
yeah, how much of an effort do you want to do in order to get out of the dwarven district? Because this is all stonework. It's not your typical foresty village.
There's no like bush or anything for me to.
I mean, there's like
crash on, or-
there's shrubs and stuff around the town, but
that are like,
Surprisingly large mushrooms.
it's not necessarily secluded.
Sleeps in a shrub.
I'm gonna go. Let's see. How far of a walk would it be for me to get out of the highly populated area?
I mean, you probably about like 30 minutes one way.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll walk the 30 minutes and find myself a quieter area of town and
Yeah. All right.
and wrap my ranger cloak around me and go to sleep.
Yeah,
Assuming
fine.
that in all districts the rangers are well known.
You're known. Yeah, you're known in every district for
yeah.
sure.
I'm gonna wrap my ranger cloak around me and just go to sleep.
All right. So you all go to sleep. Let's see.
Look at this guy.
Athelios, evens or odds?
Odds.
Guy's over here cosplaying a ranger, roughing it in the middle of a city.
So you wake up to a distinctly dwarven voice, very gruff in tone, talking to another dwarf as they walk down the path, and goes, "Oh, another ranger down on their luck."
I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. Because I know that anything that I'll say will probably just offend the dwarves.
Yeah, I mean, what
Just
if you
keep
told them
listening.
you would murder them and take their place?
I should have just. Oh
I'm
man,
sure they'd
I
be
could have
fine with
just
it.
transformed into a dwarf and just passed out.
You could have.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything to them. I'm gonna let them think what they want to think.
Yeah. All right.
I will mark it as odd though that they're saying another, and I will. Well, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna ask him. What do you mean another? Are there other rangers around that have fallen on hard times? I've just chosen to sleep out here because I always sleep outside.
Goes, oh, you kind of startle the poor guy as you spring to life from your slumber. Goes, oh, I didn't mean any offense. It's just I don't
Oh,
see why.
I'm not offended. I just, I grew up amongst the rangers, and if there's a ranger in need, I'd like to give him a hand.
Oh, I just don't see why you'd sleep outside when you could have a nice home with a hearth and a nice tankard of ale.
Well, you have your mines and your stonework, and us rangers, we spend almost all of our time outdoors, under the stars. Uh, unless it's deluging, we're trained to sleep in the outdoors, so we can keep watch on the forests.
What is your current appearance, by the way?
That's a good question. I don't think we ever settled on that.
Going by the way you where you sleep and the things that you do, probably pretty rough.
Well, I'm wearing ranger's clothing, which I would assume be fit for roughing it.
I mean, more like,
Are
are
you
you a
talking like
human? Are
face?
you an elf? Are you a...
I'm a human.
The backseat.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
just
current, my current.
you're just a human dude.
Yep, just a human dude.
Okay, cool. Goes, well, you humans are nothing but not adaptable, I suppose.
Yes, this is true. We kind of fill the realm between you dwarves and the elves to the west. So we have to be adaptable to work with both peoples equally.
Well, again, I didn't mean no offense.
Oh, again, none taken. Any news of rangers down on their luck?
Oh, I couldn't say for sure, but I mean, the Rangers don't typically come up this way too often. There's not a lot of forest to range up here, just mountains.
Oh, yeah, this is true. I'm actually here with Lux. It was Boulder Flight, was it? Uh, we're actually going to investigate the happenings around the mine.
Oh, he kind of looks taken aback, and he goes, you know Lux.
Indeed, I do.
And you see both of them kind of look you up and down as you're sleeping on the ground. Huh. Well,
He offered. He took us to this inn. What was the name of the inn again? I try to recall the name of the inn.
they both respond in unison. Rock and Stone.
yes, that one. But I found that, or I thought I would appreciate more the outdoors in this area, as I'm not up here very often. I just thought I would be more comfortable out here.
Well, I'd recommend you take him up next time he offers you some dwarven hospitality. There's no finer in the land.
Oh, is that true? I was just thinking I'm fairly comfortable outdoors, and I'd hate to have any ill feelings towards any accommodations that. But I'll take him up on that next time. Thank you for the advice.
Of course, laddie. Kind of bows his head a little bit and goes, "Take care of yourself, son."
And and you as well, as I nod my head to him. I'm gonna lay back down, wrap my cloak around me, and
Look at okay, yeah. The rest of you, yeah, you also wake in the morning in your beds, as comfortable or as uncomfortable as they are. And yeah, I assume just meet back up in the tavern.
Yeah. Are there any like streams or anything running through the Dwarven district? Like small ones or sources of water?
Yeah, there's kind of like public water sources, like big stonework.
Aqueduct.
Yeah, and they there's areas around the town, typically toward central areas that people go and they can pump water, etc.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop by one of those and freshen up on my way.
Sure. Evens or odds?
Evens.
So as you
Am I choosing at
as
least
you-
like the bad rolls that I'm getting?
as you splash water on your face, you rub it from your eyes, you see the same two dwarves kind of walking down the street, and they both shake their head in a solemn way. They clearly feel bad for you.
I'm I'm gonna shake my head and just keep walking. I'm gonna shake my head, finish my business, and just keep walking.
Sure. You meet back up with the others in the tavern of Rock and Stone.
Zoo is just gonna have like a super. He looks like a very grumpy turtle this morning. I was gonna turn and be like, "There's too much rock everywhere. There's like no
But not
green.
enough stone.
No, it's
I don't understand.
there's too much."
Look, what? I had an excellent time. I slept out in the outskirts of town under a tree or a bush, whatever I found,
Like a hobo, Athelios?
like a ranger.
Where?
I'm gonna mutter. "Like
In
a
the
Texas
rocks?
Ranger."
Are you saying these things out loud, by the way, Zoo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So the comments about I'm like, there's so many rocks, and I'm just have bags under my eyes a little bit, and I'm just like grumpy, and I'm just grumbling. Too many rocks around.
The barkeep kind of hails you from across the way. He goes, "Oh, didn't get enough rest day."
Mm.
Says, "You know what? I've got just the thing. Hold on." And he disappears into the back.
I'm just sitting there.
All right. Yeah. Some time later, he comes back out and he sets a bowl of stew and then a plate of blood sausages and a mug of ale.
Oh,
This will get you right as rain. He
Um,
kind of claps you on the back of the shell.
I don't know how to share disgust.
You just did.
But
He's gonna curl his lip, and I'm gonna see it happen. I'm gonna go over there. And I'll be like,
so
"What's
I would
wrong,
like to
buddy?"
just like
And I'm
lean
gonna take a
over
bite out of the
and
blood sausage.
yeah, I'm just gonna lean over, put like my head in my hands, and just like spit over it, and just
I'm gonna
like
sniff the
not do
stew.
anything.
Be like, if you're not gonna eat this, I'll eat it.
I want to go home.
There's nary a
so-
meal that is more heartier than that of the dwarves.
So, as you work through your feelings of disgust, you also have this inkling of you might offend this man if you don't commit.
All right, what's here?
You have a bowl of unidentified soup, a plate of blood sausages, and a tankard of ale.
And one of the some blood sausages has a bite taken out of it. And I'm picking
I'll try
up your
the
spoon
stew.
to go to work on your stew.
I'll try the stew.
Lux, you recognize this meal immediately as the go-to hangover meal of the dwarves.
Oh. I'll try the stew.
Lux.
I think I'm gonna be just like eyeballing the meal to see if he's gonna eat it. Because if not, dibs. And if he does, then I need to get one of my own. I don't think there's any words.
I'm gonna look around and see Lux looking at it and go, no, this was mine.
I'm gonna kind of lower down in the chair and wave the bartender over. Well, I'm not even gonna like talk to him. I'm just gonna hold up like 4 fingers to be like the 4th usual.
Yeah, some time passes and it will be brought out to you. Zoo is you try the stew. It's probably bland by your standards more than anything else, but it is a hearty sludge of a stew. It's more the consistency of like baby food than stew almost.
Oh, you mean like a split pea soup, kind of?
I'll take 3 big bites, and then I'll smile my best and say, "This was great. This was exactly what I needed. Thank you."
And shortly after, the rest of the meals come out, one for everybody else.
I am gonna...
And then kind of
Great.
push the plate away the rest of the way.
It's dwarf food. I'll dig right in. And then I'll ask
Fine.
Lux. Lux, did Zoo even drink last night? Why does he look so hungover?
Dwarven ale has that effect on some folks.
Weak.
Well, not so much weak as intolerance of Dwarven ale.
I'm gonna say, well, we must be kind to our poor turtle friend. He has
I'm gonna
grown
clap you up.
accustomed to the finer things, such as wine and berries.
Oh, we have berry wine.
I'm gonna nudge you. Do you want
Yeah,
some
I'll
berry wine?
definitely perk up hearing that. That was never
Yeah.
offered.
You never asked.
Definitely. Yeah, berry wine. I hear. I'll definitely take some of that.
We
Yeah.
sure do, but you're not gonna finish your ale? He kind of looks at you with like puppy dog eyes almost.
Oh,
I'll-
look at a cute little dwarf.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll down it like as a shot, or try to, like in a big gulp. Like try not to taste it, and like just open up the hatch and try to swallow it all, just to get that.
Make him
point.
roll for this, DM. I want to know how much ale ends up on his shell.
Yeah, you will be making a Constitution saving throw, or
Fine.
geez, what is? Yeah, let's do a Constitution saving throw. How much would you say your character despises this? Say on
It's
a
not
scale of 1 to 20.
1 to 20. I'd say like 1 being like absolutely hate. Dwarven ale is like, like a 6.
I don't think you understand the assignment here. 20
Yeah, okay.
is the worst.
So
Oh,
go ahead and make
you hate.
that roll for me. All right. You successfully down this flagon of ale, or this tankard of ale rather. You don't enjoy it per se, but you don't make a mess of it. You take it like a champ.
Alright.
And I'm gonna clap you on the back and go, "Hey, there you go. Maybe, just maybe, if you work real hard and believe in yourself, you might be able to hang in there with our 50-year-old at the annual drinking contest."
Yeah, give you a little half smile there and ask for that wine.
Oh, of course. And he kind of rummages around from behind the bar, and he blows some dust off a bottle of berry wine, and uncorks it and pours you a big old tankard of it.
Okay. And I will smell it and then take a sip. And what does it appear to have? Does it have like a good flavor or passable?
Yeah, I mean, as far as berry wine goes, it's it's standard, right? Like it's nothing special, but it is berry wine.
Awesome. All right, guys, I'm ready.
I think in the meantime, Lux has like wandered over to some other acquaintances, and they're off in a corner for a minute, just sweet berry wine.
Yep, that is happening.
And then I'm gonna use my pan flute to join in.
Too goddamn early for this kind of shit.
So Lux, as you lower the tankard from your lips, I don't know, your turtle mouth.
Zoo, yeah.
Or yeah, Zoo, sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm 100% sure dwarves do not have beaks.
I was like, Lux has what? What's wrong with him? Is he sick?
Yeah, dwarves are different in my campaign. But yeah, as you kind of come to your senses, as it were, you see Lux and Athelios in the corner belting out horrible karaoke.
Yeah, I'll try to liven it up and
My
bring it
pan
into.
skills are pretty good.
Put them into, bring them into tune, if I can.
You can certainly roll a performance check.
Can I roll an opposed performance check to carry us way off tune?
Yeah, this
I'll
will be.
allow it.
This will be with a viol. Let's see here. And a little bit.
I'll be using my voice.
A little bit of singing in there too.
Oh, off the tune we go.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Zeus set the DC and Lux met it, so he beat it.
Mm-hmm.
Try as you might, Zeus, you cannot get these dwarves back in tune. Any semblance of it.
That's fine. I'm enjoying my wine.
Thass, you are witnessing all of these shenanigans.
Doug, the question isn't why me. The question is why not somebody else? Anybody else?
Okay, but can I do a skill check on my pan flute to try to coerce Bats to join in with my elvish or my fey music skills?
Are you trying to charm him?
Not outright charm him, just influence.
You can make a roll, yes.
Persuasion.
Yeah, I think
Would it be a persuasion roll or a pan flute roll?
You can do performance roll.
Oh, performance. Oh, 4.
He
I assume it does nothing.
He resists the urge. Yeah.
He feels the slight itching to start singing, but ignores it.
In fact, you think you might see him wince as you hit some particular higher notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my performance check was bad too. We're all doing terrible.
Well, if it was my pan flute, if it was a pan flute check, I have a +7 to that. So I was hoping he'd let me do that.
Is there a specific pan flute check?
No.
It's a dex throw.
For
On my stat sheet. on Foundry.
Are you trying to attack with
You're
a
trying
pan flute?
That's
no,
for
it's a tool.
No, that's if you're
It's a
attacking
tool.
with it. That's if you're attacking with it.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be an improvised weapon attack.
I'm going to assume you weren't trying to attack him with a
No, I
pan
wasn't
flute.
trying to attack.
I'm gonna do an improvised weapon attack with my fan flute and smack him across the head.
Look, guys, I really feel attacked. Okay, I do feel attacked.
You feel attacked
You
by the whole
succeeded.
party.
I feel attacked.
I
It was a
think,
successful
like-
attack throw.
Like I see that down here too, but like my cook's utensils has a wisdom. No, I don't think that's a thing.
I'm not aware of that being a thing.
Yeah.
Well, now I know I get a +7 to an improvised attack with a pan flute.
Yeah. I mean, if it ever comes to it, I'd say if
I
it ever
don't
came
think
to it, you're already in a pretty fucked situation. but-
Yeah, that would mean I no longer have access to my bow, which doesn't need arrows.
Can use it.
Stick the pan flute in as an arrow.
+7 to the attack.
So yeah, you guys finish your rendition of sweet berry wine. See, that's a great roll.
Yeah.
I was just seeing what
Check.
shows up as.
Oh yeah.
Pan flute check, dexterity.
Are you going to continue your performance, or what would you like to do?
I think we've motivated ours, gotten out of this funk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zoo is
Shaking
now
off the
chipper
hangover.
and smiling again.
This, this stony funk.
Three of four of your party are no longer in a funk.
We're gonna walk over and see Thass.
Yeah, that's how you
his
doing this
hand-
morning.
His face in his hands.
What's great?
You were the great.
I was great.
What gets you down now?
Yeah, buddy, what is it? I'm gonna
So
clap him on the
many
back.
things. Let's just go. Let's get to the mines.
Whenever I'm down, I just sing and drink
No.
berry wine.
No. Let's no. Just
My
Let's go.
lips still moist with
I
red
am-
sweetness.
How, mu-
rolling
how,
out.
mu-
Red sweet.
how much was
I'm
our
not
meal?
anymore.
How much was our meal?
Oh, the meals are comped because you're with Lux.
Okay, well, how much would the meals normally be?
Some negligible amount of coin for you guys. I'm not gonna make you track small expenses. That's too much.
Oh, well, I have 130 gold pieces. I'll flip the barkeep a gold piece.
All right.
Hey, that could go to the
Thank you
library.
for your hospitality.
He looks pretty shocked that you just tipped him a gold piece for 4 meals of soup and sausage.
I'm gonna say I'm in a fantastic mood now, unlike our friend back there.
Yeah, the barkeep responding goes, I'm in a fantastic mood too.
Oh well, glad to hear it, my friend.
Beginning of a Disney movie, and then it just gets really dark.
Now to skin 100 puppies.
Have you seen any Dalmatians around, my friend?
Also, side note, just pure ramble. How the fuck did they release an entire feature-length film as Cruella apologists, and it didn't get fucking shut down immediately?
Selective anger.
That's fair.
There must have been something that everyone was more mad at the time. All right. So you pack up your instruments, all that good stuff, and you head on out from Rock and Stone. Are you guys going
All right.
directly back to the mine?
Sure.
To that quartermaster, right?
Yeah, so you roll up to the quartermaster shop. The door is now just wide open. Clearly they're quote unquote open for business at this point. And you are once again greeted by Gazgrid. Welcome back.
Mr. Bronzebow. Good to see you again. We're feeling refreshed, and I think we're gonna peek our head in there, see if we can't figure out what's going on.
Do you have anything that you'd like to leave behind, or last wills, or anything of that sort?
Does the quartermaster have anything that we can purchase?
No, he just kind of manages he's more of like an overseer than a quartermaster.
Does he have anything left behind by adventurers who have died?
Anything they carried in with them is still down there.
Well,
I mean,
Mr. Bronzebow, I only have one request. If you guys, if we do die down there, I want to make sure if you recover our bodies, that you break every musical instrument you find.
I'm gonna write
Field
down the words
request.
to Sweet Berry Wine. And when I say, hold on
Don't
to
let
this
these
for me.
horrors. Do not
No,
let these
don't.
horrors plague anyone else.
I'm gonna say, make sure this song is sung in our remembrance if we do not return.
I'll take a key out and be like, "This is the key to my garden shed." I don't know if I actually. And I'll be like, "If you can give this to Lothar, if he's still alive, he'll know what to do with it."
I takes it and he's putting these things into. If you're giving him anything, he puts it all into a lockbox. That's great. And he pulls out a couple parchments of paper and he lays them down on the table, basically saying that you agree to transfer ownership of these items in the event of your untimely death, so that he can fulfill the last wishes of the fallen. And there's a big old line at the bottom to sign.
Yeah. So I do that, and then I also like nick my finger. I'm like, "Here's some of me in case you need to bring me back."
What?
He kind of furrows his brow at you and he goes, please don't put your blood on anything in here.
Sorry. I will then begin to try to chew on one of my fingernails.
Yeah.
And try to drop that in.
He kind of like he offers you the lockbox at arm's length, like fully extended with the lid open. He goes, just put it in there, I guess.
And I will say, "Lothar, there is a piece of my fingernail in here in case you need to bring it back."
And I'm gonna cut off a piece of hair and put it in there.
I don't have hair, so it's kind of...
I will not. I do not want to come back as some Thassilo monstrosity.
These are separate lockboxes, right?
You each have your own lockbox.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Do they need a part of you?
Yes.
It is a thing.
That is a thing.
Absolutely. Or true, or whatever it is.
If nobody comes out of the mines.
Resurrection was just a diamond and
true resurrection.
Revivify. Yeah, Revivify, you have to have a 300 gold piece diamond that's consumed, and
Revivify, you need the body.
It's within a minute. True Resurrection, if you don't have a body, you can say their name.
Yeah, it's Resurrection that you need just a part of you.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is a lower level. So that's why I'm giving a part of myself, because that's the one that is like, because
Why you gotta be so gross?
I'm not. This is
You a piece of hair.
I don't have
He
hair. I'm
can't- He doesn't
bald,
have hair.
and I'm not taking off my scales. I could have sneezed into it, and spit dries, and I couldn't use my blood. Apparently, I'm looking at the dwarf.
Yeah, he once you're done, he very
Look at the
carefully
hair.
closes the lid of your box and he
Make sure. Yeah,
puts
I
a
was-
padlock on it and he goes, "Ugh."
Make sure these items get to Lothar. He'll know what to do with them.
I like
I'm
to
like-
think I have a pretty strong stomach, but oh, you're a
No
weird one, aren't you?
No one else does that. That seems pretty standard for adventuring.
They usually give me like a locket of hair or something less.
Gross. Like, I know
Gross.
too.
Unsettling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And again, please don't bleed in my shop.
Apologies. myself out.
So Zoo puts a fingernail or a claw clipping and the key to his garden shed. Athelios, are you putting anything into the lockbox?
Yes, I'm putting in a locket of my hair.
Okay.
Work with a changeling.
The hair grows back if I change form. My hair becomes whatever length I need. I don't think the hair dissolves if I cut it off of me. Hair. It's not magical.
That's not what I was asking. Like, how does it know which one is you?
I would assume like DNA.
Well, we don't need
No,
that.
I know. I was being.
Listen, Thass, what are you putting in your lockbox, if anything?
Just locking a hair like a normal person.
Nice.
You all looked at me like I was crazy for shedding body parts.
Lux, anything in your lockbox?
Nope.
Brave one. All right.
Already planning your next character?
Don't dwarves have like as much? Don't they have like a belief in the afterlife?
I mean, pretty much
As much as any.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a world that you can bring people back from the dead. So everything's on the table as far as I'm concerned for every race.
Lux couldn't leave his blood behind. It'd just be ale.
Could be. Okay. He seals up all the lock boxes and puts them on a shelf amongst many other lock boxes, and rolls up the parchment papers, puts a wax seal on them, and files them into some cubbies in the shop as well. He goes, "Well, I wish I could give you some offerings of advice, but we've literally had no information come back out of the mines. So whatever's down there is certainly dangerous. We're not expecting you guys to be heroes or anything. So
What do you expect from us?
Do you have any idea how far in to the mine they got before they ran into trouble?
he shakes his head. I mean,
Do you ever hear any screams of death?
Why are we getting so detailed?
again, he furrows his brow at you, Russell or Zoo. He goes,
Sorry.
"No."
Well, that gives us an inkling then.
I thought I had bad people skills, Zoo.
It's contagious. different problems, but yeah.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be good with people though? Like, aren't you a
Nah.
bard?
No, not Russell's bards. They're always terrible.
Look,
I can
people
go
always
in.
try and kill him.
I get into the conversation and then I can normally get back out of it, but sometimes I just get stuck.
Well, obviously, I can see that.
All right. Well, yeah, he kind of sends you off with, unfortunately, no information as far as expectations are concerned. They're really just after literally information. They have no idea what's happening.
You know why
All they
it
know is
started?
that
Oh.
Lux did inform you as to the why.
No, I'm asking them if they know why.
Oh, Lux, how public were you with that information?
Incredibly unpublic.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem to be public with literally everything else.
Mhm. It's only my greatest failure that I'm not super upfront about.
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
So as we walk out, I'm gonna kind of motion the group over to. I'm gonna find a flat spot in the yard outside the mine,
Mm.
and I'm gonna cast Clairvoyance, targeting the. So like I pulled the sword out of the rock,
Mm-hmm.
and that lined up with the vision we had from the sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to use Clairvoyance to create an invisible sensor within the room that we ran into the Demi-Lich in the vision.
Can you link the spell in the chat?
Sure can. Ciao. So essentially, if it's within a mile and it's a location familiar to me, I can create an invisible eyeball.
Oh, interesting. Are you choosing sight or hearing?
Sight.
Okay. One moment, please.
I would like to do my determined tail, and I'll roll for it and tell you what it is.
Okay. I just need to see something real quick.
You and crew are at it again.
Yeah. See, does this work?
I get 4s so much. It's awesome. It's probably the best one on here.
What'd you get?
The tail of the runaway again.
Ooh,
Pretty good one.
That one that teleports us all in.
Mm-hmm.
Discord. Why are you the way that you are? You see that in the room.
We'll see what.
Well, you don't see it. Only Jake sees it.
I want to see it.
You got to be a magic user. Bet you can see it.
I
am a magic user, and I'm gonna make a flower bloom.
I'm magical.
But just to be clear, it's in the room.
Yep. The same room. Yep.
Solid. Do I see any bodies or anything in there? Or like any indication of the missing miners?
You do not see any bodies in that room. You do, however, I can just type this to you. You don't need more than this. You You see that as well.
Solid. Fresh or dry?
Very dry and very animated.
Ooh. All right. So I'm gonna pull the group towards me and be like, "All right, here's what I'm seeing. It's some kind of floating eye monster, floating head with a bunch of eyes on stalks and wicked sharp teeth. The main eye doesn't have a pupil."
Can I do would it be an Arcana check to see if I know what it is, or a history check?
I'm gonna let you pick between history and nature.
We'll do a history. Dirty 20.
It sounds like he's describing something that resembles a beholder.
I'm gonna relay that to the group.
Oh my.
Yep, it's
Shoulders are mine.
it's not ideal, but the good news is it is way down in its hidey hole. So I'm thinking if we get real sneaky like, or if there's maybe someone in our party who's all sneaky like, they can hop on down there and plug the old hole back up, and I think we'll be good. Problem solved. Just shove the cork back in the bottle.
With the sword in it or not?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Leave the sword on in there, and that way it'll be all plugged up. Can't get out past the sword. Or at least the sword held it back before, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't now.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not very sneaky. Any one of us.
Does pose a
There's no one
problem.
by that description here.
We're fairly good at fighting.
What if we just kill it?
I don't know that we're strong enough to kill a beholder.
It looks like a beholder.
How
Well, if it looks like a
many-
beholder and if it looks like a beholder and talks like a beholder
a bit?
or walks like a beholder, then it's probably a beholder.
Well, it'd be floating. Well,
Yeah. Well, if it looks like a beholder and floats like a beholder.
I think that was pretty far in, wasn't it? Did you see any of the missing dwarves?
No sign of the missing dwarves. I do see some skeletons zipping around in there. Surprisingly ambulatory for skeletons.
Did they look like dwarf-sized skeletons?
It did not.
Maybe we go in and try to rescue the dwarves?
Maybe.
Well,
Try to
I mean,
locate
think of a
them?
beholder, we all run.
Because the beholder was
The,
in the area deep in the mine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no indication that the dwarven scouting parties got all the way down there, so
Do we
there
even
is
know?
potentially another danger down there.
Do you even know exactly where the beholder is?
Well, more or less, yeah.
So how far down?
I mean,
Let's.
it is deep in there.
Are we taking
Mhm.
this as it's a multiple day journey to get it to that location?
No.
Yeah, it's less than a mile straight down.
Well, straight down, my friend. I don't think there's a route that fast.
Well, I say we go in and we take it as we go.
Okay, but if we see a beholder, we're running, right?
I'll get us out of there. You guys run this time, right? With
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna run from a beholder.
We run from a beholder, but not that other big scary thing.
Well, I mean, I thought I was
Not
dead.
the way scarier thing.
I thought I was already dead. So, I just want to lay that out there.
I'm just making sure we're all on the same page here.
Somebody
I
convinced
just
me that I was dead.
listen. I'm trying to figure out our strategy here.
So I think the most important thing is that we all come back out. So I say we go in, we give it 5 minutes in, we come out, we make a report. We go in 10 minutes, come back out, make a report, and that way old Brownsbow will know more about what's going on. We should probably go let him know before we
What if
head
we
in
just
proper.
tell him now, and then we just go as deep as we can, and whenever we find the first group, we bring them out, and then we just keep going.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess my big worry is trying to figure out how far down is safe to go for future scouting teams.
I got you.
But to your point, if we go down 5 minutes and don't run into anything, we don't really gain anything by coming back out.
Yeah.
So I think we zip on down and run at the first sign of trouble.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And I'm going to zip over to Bronzebow and let him know that we saw Beholder and 4 skeletons. No sign of the dead dwarves. Or missing dwarves.
All right. He looks very upset about this news. He does offer you. He says, "Are you sure you don't want to put anything in the lockbox?"
Oh, no, it'll be fine. It's bad luck's planned for failure.
Well, you must be brave.
Well, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough, you know?
All right. Well, yeah, you guys descend into the mines. At this point in time, how much longer can everyone go?
All night long, baby.
Definitely not all night.
Yeah, I'm starting to bump up against the old brain limits.
Yeah. I want to ask because you're potentially about to enter a fairly large dungeon.
Then maybe we want to save that one.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to play some League tonight, though.
Yeah.
If
We can
get
always
stuck in.
fast follow this too, right? Like we can just find the next time slot and we can just do a big dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up to you guys because I'm the same. Like I don't have a hard stop. It's Friday and I've got no obligation.
I could do Sunday if y'all wanted to do Sunday afternoon.
I can't do Sunday.
Okay.
I can do Wednesday this upcoming week.
I can do Wednesday night. I can do our usual time slot on Wednesday night. But yeah. Other days are just kind of hard. Tuesdays, I can't do Tuesdays, and I can't do Saturdays.
Okay.
Because of work. Because I don't know when I'm going to get off of work on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
All right. Well, why don't we'll pause here regardless, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
and then yeah, just put your availability into the Discord for me. I probably can't do this next Wednesday because that's when Denny gets back from her trip, and I don't want to like